This isn't a temple in Angkor or a replica of the Sagrada Familia in Barcelona, but the Palais Ideal, an architectural masterpiece built in the heart of France's Drôme region. It's the work of a postman turned self-taught architect called Joseph Ferdinand Cheval.
Cheval built his own myth. He really built an unusual monument that's so unique in the world.
The surrealists discovered the Palais Ideal in the 1920s and 30s, and they all queued up to see it. From Picasso to Max Ernst, and from André Breton to Jacques Prévert, all the greats came to see it.
Every year, 100,000 visitors come to marvel at this huge monument to eccentric forms. It's an unusual but captivating work that always grabs the attention of children.
There are lots of different levels. They don't know how he built all these steps to get you upstairs. It's weird, but it's also really beautiful.
This building is the work of just one man. His fascinating story is lovingly retold by Raphaël Lambert.
Every day, he would walk 33 kilometers on foot to deliver all the letters and parcels to the houses in Haute-Rive and the surrounding countryside.
Brought up in this rural setting, Cheval began construction of his palace in 1879 after stumbling across a stone during one of his rounds. It took him 33 years in total to design and build his palace by hand, a building that would eventually measure 26 meters long and stand 12 meters tall.
Cheval had no artistic experience. He was a stonemason and he wasn't an architect. He started out as a baker before then becoming a postman. He taught himself little by little the skills he needed to build this monument, gradually building it using the materials he had to hand.
Working by candlelight late into the night, the postman slowly erected his masterpiece, stone by stone. Illustrating a series of tragedies, he carved his fantasy kingdom in his garden, the expression of his dreams and of his nightmares. His inspiration came from the surrounding nature, but also from distant lands. He reproduced a Hindu temple, a mosque, and buildings from the colonial era.
Here there are lots of oriental details, like for example the palm tree and the shellfish. He would have got all these references from the postcards that he delivered in the area. It was that allowed him to see the world.
The postman wanted to be buried in his palace, but the local authorities flatly refused to let him. So at the age of 76, Joseph Ferdinand Cheval embarked on another construction project, building his own tomb in the village cemetery, a structure very much in keeping with the style of his palace. It's a fragile monument that the sculptor Pierre Constant and his apprentice Julien work hard to preserve.
Here we can see how the postman worked. There, I think it's just a piece of wire. The final form is achieved by shaping the limestone around its frame. That's what makes it flexible but also fragile.
Over the years, the wind and rain have taken their toll on these sculptures. Pierre Constant comes here regularly to remodel them. It's a tricky task made more difficult because Cheval left no notes or tips on how he built them.
Every touch we make to restore the tomb is a serious one because we're working on a piece of art here. There's a way to master the shapes and volumes. Ferdinand Cheval had a sculptor's soul without ever going to art school.
In buildings and monuments there are often references, but when it's a personal work those references come from deep inside, so it's very personal, individual expression.
Pierre also works on the upkeep of the Palais Ideal. Back in 1983 he took part in its first restoration project, and even after 33 years he's still amazed by the postman's achievements.
When you see it like this, it looks as if it appeared here by magic, but not at all. It's called talent, and it's not a game of chance.
In 1969, France's then Minister of Culture, André Malraux, decided to list Cheval's work as an historical monument. It's a structure that's often compared to the work of the famous Spanish architect Antoni Gaudí.
The link is often made between Gaudí and Cheval because there are some disturbing similarities between the Palais Ideal and the Gaudí Park in Barcelona with its crooked columns. But whether Gaudí saw photographs of this palace and was influenced by it, or if it was the other way around, we'll never know.